Good morning. I look so whatever, but I feel really comfortable. I feel good. That's the most important thing. I don't even know what I want to talk about in this video, but I know that I want to continue creating content, creating content, creating content. And I went through this season of darkness and silence and making myself smaller and hiding. To be honest, I went through years, about 3 years now, of hiding myself. And nothing good. Now that I think about it, nothing good came from hiding. I kept meeting people who were unaligned, and the friendships and the connections like created trauma within me, and it made me want to hide more. So here I am creating content, being seen imperfectly, like, and even though I look how I look right now, I'm actually really happy because I was breaking out so bad a few weeks ago. So my face looks so clear right now. I look paler than I usually look because it's in the morning and I haven't washed my face yet. I know, gross. But my skin is so clear in comparison. Like, I was breaking out on my chin, and I never broke out on my chin before. I think it was a hormonal issue. Um yeah, man, let me check my notes app and see what I wanted to talk about. Hold on. All right, so I'm going against every YouTube advice video that I've watched. I do not have a script. I have a vague idea of what I want to talk about. And I'm gonna try to keep it short. This will probably be a short video. I'm in the beginning, so people probably won't see this until a few weeks out anyways. Let me not speak that over my videos. Everybody gonna watch this. um but as I was sitting here thinking, I was thinking about what I can talk about. Well, what came to me was finding myself in the silence. And I think it's fitting with me sitting here in a hoodie for no reason. For no reason. Yeah, so I want to say the month of December, but I really started shortly after, like the week after Thanksgiving, going on this sort of fast in a way, where I wanted to be sober minded for the rest of the year. And I say sober minded purposefully because it's not just about sobriety in like substances. It's also just like any vice that alters, or any vice that I use to cope and that alters my state of reality. So I also got off of my personal social media account. I'm still on my business account because the explore page is very positive on my business account. But my personal account I got off of because I just found myself struggling with comparisons. And that's not even something that I really struggle with, honestly. Like, even dealing with my own insecurities, I've never, well, it's been a long time, maybe since high school, and I'm 30 now. So it's been since high school that I found myself comparing myself to other people and the things that they have and the way that they look. And it's just like, wow, how do they just look so beautiful, so effortlessly? And I'm like, girl, social media isn't real. Like, I'm a big proponent of social media isn't real. So got off my personal account because it's like, and I also want to be in a space of like I'm happy for these people, right? I'm still happy, but seeing this, I'm looking at it through a lens of scarcity and through a lens of what I lack and through a lens of my insecurity. And that's just not a healthy way to interact with the people that I follow, which include random internet people, but it also includes close friends. So I got off of there because it's a need to check myself. And when you find yourself like in this comparison mode, I want to encourage you to not project onto other people like, oh, she's always showing off, or oh, she's always blah blah blah. No, she's not. You're just looking at it through your own insecurities, and make sure that you take accountability. And so in that, I took accountability and said, I need to get off and I need to figure out some things on my end. I was also just in a very bad space mentally. I want to make a whole video about my diagnosis and my mental health journey and go into full depth. But this isn't that video. So I'm just going to gloss over some things and just know that the full explanation is coming later. But I am diagnosed bipolar type 2. Is that diagnosed fully correct? Stay tuned for the next video because that's something I'm exploring too. But overall, being bipolar resonates with me. I think I might be something else actually, but the overall symptoms and the experience definitely resonate with me. And so it just got to this point where my mental health had just gotten so bad. And no matter how much I tried to do or tried to be positive or feed myself positive things, I did all the things. I was searching through my toolbox of tools. And for those not familiar with that terminology, it's like all the things that I learned could help me cope when I experienced certain symptoms, right? So I meditated, I did yoga, I focused on my breath, like I did all the things. And it just got to a point of just like none of it was working, and I found myself spiraling, and it's like more and more and more. And I was able to identify certain triggers, but it was just like this overwhelming feeling that a lot of the things that were triggering me are things that in my life I'm unhappy with, and I don't necessarily have immediate control over. So for example, like if the light was irritating me, I could turn the light off, right? That's such a small example, but it's something like that where it's like, or if capitalism feels like it's crushing my soul, there's nothing I can really do to stop capitalism. Like, so it would be these things that I'm not really in control over, and even things that I thought I could have control over, and I thought I could get in front of it and ahead of it and figure it out. Like, me trying to control it just made it worse. And so it was just this deep call, this deep spiritual and emotional call. I just felt God, source, whatever you label it, I view it all as the same entity. I felt God calling me to this deep time of surrender, which is actually very reflective to the winter season. So winter time is yin energy. When we talk about yin and yang, yin is feminine. Yin is to allow. Like, feminine energy allows. It rests. It takes its time. It's not in a hurry. And that's why winter months is like associated with that, because it's cold outside. You're supposed to be inside, which is metaphorical to go within. You know what I mean? Slow down, press pause, allow things to happen. And not to like say I'm powerless. Like, I can manifest, I can set intentions. I can say, this is what I want. This is the direction I want to walk in. But ultimately, I'm going to allow what it is that God is trying to used to teach me right now. There is a lesson that I need to pay attention to. And instead of fighting it and making things worse and creating this deep level of resistance, I'm going to allow God to speak to me through these things that's happening around me. And instead of trying to control things and inevitably making them worse and pushing me further away from what I want, instead I'm going to pause. And that's what I did. And so that's what I mean when I say being sober minded throughout the rest of the year. Yeah, things had gotten so dark for me, like so dark. I'm not going to go into detail because I don't really feel like doing a trigger warning. But, and like that can be another video too. But things had gotten so dark that honestly, I'm just happy to be here today. Like, I'm happy that I survived my own darkness, that there were several moments that I didn't think I would survive. And like coming out of it is like slowly, but that's the thing, is like I'm emerging out of it very, very slowly. And even allowing this process instead of running to try to get back up to a high point or trying to pretend I'm somewhere I'm not. For example, when friends ask me like, how do you feel about 2023 approaching? And I'm like, I don't feel anything about it. I have no mental connection to next year. I don't have any hopes. I don't have any goals. What I have is an appreciation and a contentment for right now, right here today. And that's all I can give you. And knowing that that's okay. You know, like on the other side of darkness and these deep existential crises, this dark night of the soul I didn't even know I was going into, I am saying it's okay for me to take my time and to be here right now. And right here, right now, in the present moment, I personally believe this is where God is. God is everywhere. God is all present across all timelines. But if I really want to utilize and connect with and partner with the creator, the source, you know, the energy that's bigger than all of us, but is all of us, I can only do that in the present moment. So I'm really taking my time to appreciate right here, right now, today. That's not saying that, you know, I want things to be different in my life. You know, I want to be monetized on YouTube, some shit. You know what I mean? Like, I want these things, but I'm not that mentally connected to it, nor am I excited about the future. And that part, I believe I want to change. I want to be excited for what's to come. But right now I'm not, you know, and I'm okay with that. And because I spend a lot of my time alone in my shell and in hermit mode, it's okay. Like, it's okay for me to be like, you know what? I'm not there yet. And not feeling like I have to put on a mask, not feeling like I have to put a positive spin on things. I have also found that, you know, and I'll wrap this up because I don't really want this video to be ridiculously long, but I have also found that in this time, God has really been revealing my tribe. And I remember talking to someone and just saying, like, they were just like, you know, what are you excited about? What is going good in your life? And I was like, honestly, the only thing that I feel like is going good and that I feel really good about is that my soul tribe is being highlighted. Like, my real friends who are aligned with me are coming into my life. I'm growing deeper connections with those people, and I'm recognizing those are the people I need to pour into and stuff like that. And everybody else will get in where they fit in, but these people are people that I will connect with even when I'm in these dark spaces, because I can, right? Because they're safe. And this is the first time in my life where I've really had that. Well, not the first time, because my college friends were amazing, are amazing. But in the most recent years, it's the first time that I've really had that, because I've had a lot of people cycle into my life who was like, oh, you're bipolar. Oh, like, I'm here for you. I'm going to support you in everything that you need. But not everybody knows how to support somebody who swings on a pendulum between depressive and manic episodes. Not everybody know what that looks like. And so when they're like, it seems like this over romanticized thing until they actually witness me having one of those episodes, and what that looks like for me emotionally, because it's not going to look the same for anybody else with the diagnosis, right? And them resent me for it. But that's another story. Again, we're going to get into all of that at a later point. But yeah, so I'm really identifying my soul tribe, and I'm really happy about that, and I'm really grateful for them. And yeah, I guess I'll just say, like, I am happy right here, right now, today. And I'm finding myself, and I can sit here on camera in nothing but a hoodie, having not washed my face or brushed my teeth yet in the morning, and still feel good about how I look. I feel really good. Like, I feel really, really good. And yeah, I am not like, I'm not fully in the light yet, but I'm no longer in the dark. And that is something to be proud of. Until next time.